Welcome to the Global Gaming Business Podcast, the industry's first and longest running podcast, now in our 18th year. This podcast is sponsored by IGT, which is using the Global Gaming Expo this year to present a vast portfolio of gaming, iGaming, and sports betting solutions. Our guest today is Tim Minard, who is CEO of Eclipse Gaming Systems, one of the fastest growing Class II suppliers in the business. Thank you for being with us today, Tim.
Thank you for having me.
So what have been the highlights this year for Eclipse? What have been your biggest successes, business developments?
Yeah, I think our highlights are just kind of our content, I would say, is one of our big highlights, starting to get recognized with our content in some of the industry publications and Eilers reports. We just became, I think, 5th on Eilers, and we had 2 titles that we've been real excited about, and I think the clients are real excited about, so that's a highlight. The staff has just rose up, and the culture here has just been great. We've been recognized as the supply chain of the year, global supply chain of the year, and that's a special honor. So just a lot of things. I think the personnel and the content we've created are the highlights, and then with some special recognitions along the way.
Okay, now last year your goal was to add, as you told me, 15 properties in 2022. How has that expansion progressed, and how has the overall expansion of your footprint progressed?
So we've done what we said we were going to do, and then looking into 2023, we're already 2/3 the way to our goals this year in terms of new properties. So it looks the horizon looks really strong in the finish here. That's been a big goal of ours, is to get our content in the hands of players that's never seen it before. I think that's always a good way of diversifying your content and learning. And, we're expanding inside the properties that we're in as well. So that's another great sign for us.
Great. And what about new jurisdictions? How has that expansion gone? Are there new markets to highlight? What's next in the overall expansion plan?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we talked about previously some of the new markets like Texas and New Mexico. We've had great success in Texas. We've expanded into New Mexico. California we're moving into California. And then just some areas that we were in before, like Florida, we're expanding, more rapidly. We haven't had a lot of activity there for a while, and now we're starting to see our content driving our expansion in some of these markets. So, that's definitely on the horizon. The Washington State continues to be, great. Oklahoma, we continue to expand in the usual markets, and then the Midwest, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, we're doing.
You work with both tribes in Florida?
We work with one tribe in Florida, old Class II. And so we have one tribe in Florida that we work with, and we're, getting more close with them. And, I'm excited about their opportunity. It sounds like they're refreshing and growing as well.
Well, we're heading into G2E.
Yeah.
As you look at your suite of products, what excites you the most this year?
My arcade series. The arcade series continues to excite me. It's been, it started out with the Big Shake. The Big Shake did really well. We're going to kind of follow along with that. We've got some really neat kind of modifications or growth in there, some variants that we're really excited about. We also have something called Duck Dollars that follows the arcade vibe, and something that people haven't seen before, similar to the coin pusher, where you hadn't, seen that necessarily as a feature, a bonus feature like we've done it. That's Duck Dollars. And then we have, we're continuing to follow proven success and with our own spin to it. We've got a couple games that have ways of woo and ways of sorcerer. They have, get into a bonus, and then you have a variety of things that could be, and the sorceress kind of picks what it's going to be. So there's some anticipation, some other things. So I'm excited about the products that we're going to show at G2E. I'm really excited about the follow-on products that we have going on. And then, as always, Laura Olson Reyes usually gives us something to enjoy during the trade show. I think we're going to feature some female artists that's really strong, and just some fun stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about your going beyond the game initiatives, which is basically Eclipse's way of giving back to the communities in which you operate. What are your initiatives this year? Are there new community outreach you've done?
Yes, we do it. I mean, it's just it's our culture. Mm-hmm. So we're always doing something. This year we did the Humane Society, where we were, all of our staff either provided, donated, or went and got pet supplies for the Humane Society around Georgia. We've continued to do women empowerment programs. We've done some, we're going to focus on breast cancer awareness, especially at, leading into and that's around G2E as well. So I think we're going to tie in some things, and everybody's rallied behind those. But those are several initiatives that we're doing right now. And the staff kind of chooses, right? I mean, they kind of get together and say, hey, what do we want to get behind? And then someone gives a good idea, and then we all rally behind it.
Okay. And about a year and a half ago, almost, you established the Minard Wong Foundation. How has the first year and a half gone in that effort?
The Minard Wong Foundation is wonderful. I mean, we started out with doing some peace initiatives, peace versus polarization with the Martin Luther King statue. We dedicated that to the city of Atlanta at the Global Peace Park, which is beyond the city of Atlanta. It's got global peace leaders. And so we did that. And then we moved quickly we talked about human trafficking a bit, which is getting more visibility in the world. And, we have a passion towards it. We've done several movies, and we've done more getting to our transformation center. That's the next step for our journey, which the transformation center coincides with the City of Refuge here in Atlanta, which is, a safe haven and a growth path for saved human trafficked individuals. So it has hospital services, education services, all kinds of things to put these, to help these people back into society and get over their trauma. We wanted to take it to another level with financial services, health and wellness, and entrepreneurial, because give these people skills that, to provide so that they can be self-supportive and, grow. So that's what's on our horizon. There's been some successes with some movies. We've participated in some documentaries around this topic. And then there was a feature film that was done recently. And we are actually, participating, or at least talking about participating in a follow-on movie of that. So that'll be 2024.
This is something that has not had a lot of publicity or awareness of this problem, this crisis, the crises.
No, it didn't, and it was almost taboo. I mean, people didn't talk about it, and for sure, people didn't understand it. But it's an enormous problem. It's $150 billion around the world. It's 33% of that's in the U.S. 1/3 of that is in the U.S. So $33 billion. It's a $50 billion industry in the U.S. So it's, nobody would have known that. And then not a lot of people talk about it. And it's hard to get involved in it because some people are afraid of, there's, some bad people that are involved in it. So it's hard for brands to get behind it. They're concerned. But now that we broke that silence, and now people are talking openly about it. Now people are starting to listen. And then they're starting to care, and we're starting to see continual efforts to either raise awareness, which helps stop the problem. And it's a problem from, young to old. And it's not just females, but the females are the majority of the trafficked. But, it's just something that as you learn about it, and if you watch the movie, you can get some high impact from it. It's definitely something that's a growing issue. And, there's more than 1 million slaves in America. I mean, this is modern day slavery. So
it's nuts.
Yeah, we've been real passionate about it. And we look at all kinds of different ways, whether it's mobile technologies or movie for awareness, these types of things. We've been kind of scanning the whole, just scanning what is the possible. And so you'll see a lot more from the Minard Wong Foundation in in 2024 around that.
Mm-hmm. IGT is excited to present a vast portfolio of gaming, iGaming, and sports betting solutions at this year's Global Gaming Expo. Check out new star-studded licensed slot product, award-winning and performance-tested multi-level progressives, and experience firsthand the incredible library of omni-channel titles and solutions your players love. IGT will also unveil Mesa 4K, new electronic table games hardware developed through extensive player and operator research. Central to an enhanced player experience, IGT continues to spotlight multiple new casino system innovations, including Tip Ticket and Gift and Go within its Resort Wallet and M5 technologies. Stop by and learn how we've got game at IGT. And one more honor that your company has gotten, Movers and Makers 2023 Large Supply Chain Pioneer of the Year Award. Can you tell me about that?
Wow, what an honor, to be amongst the other big companies that were nominated. It was a special honor. And, I give all the credit to the staff, Rob Vicentainer and team, that, especially coming off of a pandemic when the supply chain was so rocked,
right?
For those guys to impose a plan on this company to keep steady throughout the whole process, that's, we've not missed a beat during that process. And I think that was recognized by the community. And so it was a high honor. It's always great to be recognized by your peers and recognized by, the state and our county. Great honor. And then we were nominated again. One of the other special nominations we usually get is Culture of the Year. And so, we feel we're really prideful about our culture. And so, it's special. That's a very special award.
Okay. You're one of the finalists for the Women in Technology Builder Up Award for empowering women in the STEAM fields, the technology fields. Tell us about your efforts there.
Yeah, it's super passionate about it in general. STEAM is what we do. We kind of embody STEAM in a company like ours. So it's nice to have that as what we do. And then it's just constant hiring and promotion of women, giving them opportunities, putting them on a path. It's just something that I've been passionate about for a long time, giving them opportunities, giving them skills to grow inside of our business. And, we found it to be, our great leaders are female, and it's, wonderful. So it's just an initiative I would hate to say it's even an initiative. It's just something that we pay attention to, and it's just been great for us. We've had, Alia is one of our, she handles our legal and compliance. We brought her in. She got her past the bar here in Georgia that put her in now 3 states where she's worked and practiced. And so it's just programs like that, or, we've had others where we've started them. They've been here 5 years, and we've grown them to leadership. We put them on leadership tracks. Those are the things that we've done, and I'm real proud of those things.
And it dovetails nicely with your efforts to promote education in these technology fields in general in Gwinnett County and the greater Atlanta.
Yeah, just in Georgia in general. We've been working with the state on content programs, on, specific content programs for our industry. We've become the Hollywood of the Southeast, but even bigger, right? This is the place to make movies, and actually now it's becoming gaming, not just console gaming, but there's so much talent coming out of college in Georgia that we can utilize at a company like ours.
Now, finally, you were knighted this year by the Principality of Cappadocia.
Right.
Can you tell us about that honor? And
yeah, it was truly humbling. And they had reached out, and I think they had attended some of people around that had attended some of the charitable work that I was doing, and I included some of them in panels and other things like that. So it's a pretty long process where they identify you, and then you go through a series of conversations and getting to know. And I'm certain there's other knights and other dignitaries in the Royal Order identify people, and then they have a small selection that they choose. As I was going through the process, it was very humbling, right? I had no idea if I'm worthy of the honor. And it was such a it was so special when they said we're going to do it. And then I had brought my family. They did it in the US, they did it in Chicago, and I brought my whole family there. So it was pretty emotional as far as the process. They've been doing that same process for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and as you I think mentioned in the article, it's the oldest royal order, and so it's got such great history.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the people we met and all the prince to everybody else was just so, special and felt like a family.
Well, what led to it is some of the very things we've been talking about today, as far as your efforts, your outreach efforts, and your general efforts to improve life.
In general, I think the thing that I would like to be have as a legacy is that just the give back, or the things that, saying my success has created miracles, which is coined from a friend of mine, Jeff Hoffman. And, I feel like I've lived purposefully, and I've utilized my businesses purposefully and my successes purposefully. And I feel, it's wonderful when you get recognized for something like that,
mm-hmm.
that you didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. Just the same with the state or whatever. Those things are not why you do it, but it's special when people recognize it. And I get so passionate about some of the programs we're working on. And so I feel like that they see that. And we brought a lot of people around the world together during this process. Human trafficking is a perfect example. It's a global problem. Mm-hmm. Everybody's aware of it. And, so it's been special. And I feel like being a part of the Royal Order, and they are very charitable, and they're looking for things to get behind as a group. And it's a very, very powerful group. So I feel like it's special to be a part of it, and what we will do in the future together will be, it'll be powerful and special as well.
Okay. And for Eclipse, for the gaming side, what are your biggest opportunities that you see in the coming years? Class 3's got to be among them.
It definitely is. And again, we've had these conversations over the years, and this happens, I feel really good about where we're at. I feel really good about the people that we have here, the content that's coming out. It's the next step. And I feel 25 for sure. We talked about that before, but it could, 24, there's markets we've identified that we feel our content would be very well suited for them. So, it's coming. Well, it's right there, just like X2 though. X2 is the version in Washington for no question about that. We've got really good finite math, and I feel like that's in the soon horizon, and then Class 3 is right behind it.
Okay, well, we'll watch for it. Congratulations on your accomplishments, and thank you for being on the podcast today.
I love having it, and it's always great to see you, and I really appreciate we're the little one again, but we are moving, and it was nice to say we're the fastest growing. I think that's special. I love it.
Great.
It's always great to have you in Atlanta.
Hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. This podcast is sponsored by IGT, which is using the Global Gaming Expo this year to present a vast portfolio of gaming, iGaming, and sports betting solutions. To learn more about the topic we just discussed, visit ggbmagazine.com. Subscribe to GGB News to get all the news of the gaming industry delivered to your desktop every Monday morning. Sign up at ggbnews.com and use the coupon code GGB180 for a free subscription. Don't miss a single episode of the podcast. Subscribe on Amazon, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify today. So we'll see you next time on the GGB Podcast.